Yeah, let's get into the Tigers now that we've kind of got all that out of the way. Um, we bring in a couple new guys, couple new faces, but other than that, a lot of what the 2023 team is very similar to what we saw a year ago. And I know a lot of people are going to look at that and be like, ugh. But there are some fresh faces, regardless, that I think can make a positive impact. And there's a lot of familiar faces that honestly need to take a next step if this team's ever going to be good in the future. So I guess I could start off. We can start off by breaking down potential starters from day one. Uh, Badu and Zach Short were both sent down yesterday, so that kind of clears up what we're gonna see on opening day. So it's looking like you have Riley Green in center,
Yes,
Austin
sir.
Meadows.
That's my boy.
Yes, sir.
I saw him last summer. Like I was like, he came over, and I didn't ask for a signing because it was a bunch of 10-year-old kids around him. I was like, I'm not gonna try to get my baseball signed, but I was right there.
Yeah, dude. He's definitely a spark for the lineup, but he'll probably be in center. You'll have Austin Meadows back there and right, and then I think Matt Vierling is projected to be our left fielder for the year, and he had a pretty good spring, so it'll be interesting to see whether he
I'm
can.
not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan of him or
No,
spring.
no, nothing against him, but I just like my boy Carey too much. I
There you go.
saw him ever since I saw him in AAA, and he hit like, I swear to God, he hit like a home run, two doubles. He went like 4 for 4, balled
Mhm.
out. Like a week later, too, he gets brought up. He was going off in that last year, at
Yeah,
the end of last season. I'm like, I just want to see the boy get his chance. It seems like we are always trying to replace him or find a reason not to let him play. And I'm like, dude should have been up on the team in like last July, and it took forever.
it did take
Not even
forever.
July, like June. It just took
Yeah,
forever.
I get what you're saying. I think he'll get his though. I think he'll see time in the outfield as well. Maybe even replacing Miggy at the DH spot some days. But I definitely think he'll get his, and if he is proven to be worthy spot in the lineup, I know they'll find spots for him to get in. So definitely not worried
Also,
about that.
what do you think about this? Austin Meadows had a very poor year last year for what we brought him here to be. You think if he starts kind of struggling early, we could see his rope kind of shrink a little bit?
I think it could be in that role because a lot of these guys are the same age. I know Austin Meadows, he's only 27, so he kind of fits into the what some of these younger guys' roles are in anyway. Um, Maybe I think we brought him in for power last year,
Yeah,
and
and then he had like 2 home runs. I
yeah,
don't even think he
I
had a
didn't think he
home
got a home
run.
run exactly. I don't think he
I
got one,
actually.
but he hit a lot of bloop singles and stuff. But
He hit good for average, and then he came
yeah,
back, and his average kind of took a dip.
yeah, I
And
mean, personal health
yeah,
reasons, whatever him, glad he got better and we're just hoping that he has a good season. Definitely though, if he's not performing, I think if anybody isn't performing, you could see other guys start to take the place because we're trying to build a roster that's built for the future. And whoever's going to be producing will stay. Whoever's not probably won't be sticking around too long. But for sure that
I won't say whether it's Meadows or Verling, but I think Carey will be starting by the end of the year.
okay. Well then there you go. There you have it. A hot take. Andrew Thompson. Carry
Don't call it
Garbage.
a hot take.
I won't even call you're right. You're right.
He's
I
one
won't
of
even
the
call it a hot
best
take.
three.
I'll
One
call
of
it
the
a
best
take.
three. Yeah. All right. What you got
Yeah.
next?
But that wraps up outfield. Infield, it's looking like we finally have our third baseman. I know at least even 2 weeks ago, maybe, we didn't have any idea who the heck our third baseman was going to be because we got rid of Jamer. That is a big piece that we lost.
Thank God.
I can't even say big piece. You are right.
He was so bad after his rookie year.
He had his moments. I know in 2020, was it 2020? I don't even remember.
He just
He,
swung at everything.
he did, and he had that one good season where he hit a lot of doubles, had some power. But like last year, dude, what are you doing, man? Like if it's a slider inside, swift. I mean, it was bad. I hope he does well at the Nationals. I don't know if he will because the Nationals are a garbage franchise right now. They had the one World Series where they put all their chips in, and now they're just trash. But
Yeah.
Nick Maton's probably going to be our starting third baseman. He had a really good spring. Uh, Now, granted, these aren't regular season at bats, but you like to see that progress. If he continues to do what he was doing in spring, you like what you have there at third. Short, you're still going to have Javi Baez. most likely, and second Jonathan Scope, which I know you
This is a
absolutely
bit. This is a big year for Javier Baez. I just wanted to say that because we have
no,
an
I
out
agree.
after this year, so
We do. We have both. I
he
believe
needs to show
expired
up.
options. And I know Scope at second base, who you absolutely adore, and
Fucking
Torkelson.
trash. I mean,
Torkelson
he's
in the lineup.
effing trash.
I mean,
Torkelson, I have mixed feelings about Torkelson too.
he has to produce. I think he's one of those players that you want to see something
His
from him.
swing is so stiff. I don't know. Every time I watch his swing, I'm like, no wonder you can't hit the ball consistently. He
Yeah,
hits it's like a tomahawk upward swing, like a tomahawk uppercut.
I know that he worked on it a little bit in the off season, and I get what you're saying too because I agree with it. But uh, I know he worked on it a little bit in the off season. Um,
I like
I
him
have
as a defender, though. I
Yeah,
think
he's a
he's
great.
nice at first
He
base.
saved Javier Baez's ass a time or two. I'll say that. You
And
noticed it.
he's good at flipping his hips and getting those like awkward pop ups.
Yeah, he does a good job at that. I'm just hoping we get to see a translation from the bat because I think if he puts all that together, he's a really good ball
Oh
player.
yeah, especially I know he has power.
Oh, we know he has power. I
It's
mean, he
just
hits them
like so,
hard.
I don't know. Something's weird about his swing. That's all.
I
I'm
haven't got a
like,
chance to even
fix it.
really see it like hands on because Bally Sports Detroit is like a terrible, terrible broadcast.
Oh, they went
And
bankrupt.
yeah, I know.
Yes,
So
they filed for
we have
bankruptcy.
we got this bankrupt place. They don't even like broadcast Tigers games. I'm glad they gave us all those opportunities to try to watch them in spring, but
Yeah.
um, didn't really get to see it. But I know that it's a little bit different from kind of a mechanic standpoint. So I'm hoping because he did have a good second half of the spring. He started off very bad, and I was like, oh. And then his second half of spring, he started to get doubles, hits. I think he had one
He
home
had
run.
one. I saw that he had at least one home run.
Yeah, so we'll see if that translates. But he's a guy that needs to do well. Eric Haas, dog, absolutely love him.
I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great catcher. I mean, I
Who
think
was our catcher last year that you liked so much? And I was like, nah, Haas better. Oh, Barnhart. He was trash. Thank God he's gone.
I
You're
will. The
like
one,
he's good at framing pitches. I don't care. My pitchers just need to throw strikes, and I don't like it. Don't matter.
no, I get what you're saying. I was Barnhart was a good defender, but his hitting, I think I would rather take a catcher that can rake versus with an
Hmm.
average type of catcher
Yeah.
defense versus all catcher defense zero bat. So
Yeah, and even Barnhart's. I know Barnhart had the Gold Gloves and stuff, but even like last year, like I don't know, his defense didn't really flash. We weren't really picking people like we weren't like gunning people down that were stealing. We like there was
mhm.
just what he did. He just wasn't that player last year,
Yeah, and
and then
Haas
he
made some
sucked
mistakes.
at the plate. So
Haas made some mistakes, but I think that was a lot early in the season. I think we kind of got, I at least got a little hard on him because of that one game versus the Twins. I don't even know if you remember that one, where we had the pitcher, the guy in the rundown, he threw it over Jamer's head, and we lost. Oh, that was brutal. But
I
again,
don't think I
pass,
saw
pass,
that one.
pass. Oh, I do. I remember that one vividly because I was losing my mind that night. You could probably go back to Twitter and find me ranting at that
What
point.
year was it?
Last
I
year,
mean,
man.
not what year. Oh, what like what month?
Oh, it had to be the beginning. I think it was like the 16th game of the season.
Oh no, I guess I just missed it.
Oh, it was heated. I think that's when I started to realize this team's awful, and it's going to be like that. But uh, a lot of those guys, Jonathan Scope has to have a good year. Hopefully, batting. I mean, if he doesn't, you could
That's
probably
a
see
lot to
him.
ask for.
If he doesn't, you could probably see him DFA'd. But if he's hot, I'd trade him for sure.
Oh,
Um,
I'm trading him before anybody even calls me. I'll send him somewhere for the what? How many rounds are there? 20. I'll give the
some.
20th pick,
Oh my gosh.
as
But
long as
yeah,
they take the contract.
yeah, we'll
But
have. Yeah,
what were
continue.
you saying?
Well, I was about to continue into the
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get into the pitchers.
Yeah, let's get into the pitchers. So right now, Lorenzen is the pitcher we got from this off season. He's hurt. There he goes again. We're starting off the same way we ended last year, hurt pitchers. But a rotation will probably be Eduardo Rodriguez, Matthew Boyd,
Trash.
Eduardo Rodriguez, who I will defend. I still think he's a good pitcher.
I still
but
think he's kind of overrated.
maybe. But I think he's solid for what he's going to be asked of for Detroit.
4.15.
Eduardo Boyd, Turnbull, Matt Manning, and then probably because Lorenzen's hurt, it'll probably be Tyler Alexander again starting the year off. I think if I were to
I
venture a guess.
I think that spring training's overrated and it should be Bobrisky. But that's just my opinion.
That's fair, and I think Bo Brisky will get his chance for sure.
He was good last year. I liked him.
He got sent down. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he did get sent down for a little bit, but I still did like him
Yeah,
last year.
I'm hoping because I did like him last year as well. I mean, he came in and did his job. I mean, he did a good job against some of the best lineups in baseball. So I can really hope to even if I see him in the bullpen to help, whatever way he can help would be great.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of bullpen, I think for me that's the biggest question mark and concern. I guess I know we have Lang
Alex
will probably be
Lang.
our closer, and Cisnero to be a
You
good
think
eight.
Lang will be our closer this year?
I think so. I think that was the direction they were going well before that.
Yeah.
I mean, Lang was great last year. We were like, why
Lang
isn't
was great. Lang was great last year, but he was kind of like that bridge guy because he
setup
could pitch more than one inning.
man? Yeah, because Gregory Soto made me want to just rip my eyes out when I was watching the TV.
Eh. I thought
Like,
maybe this year it'd be a guy like Cisnero. Not necessarily because I like Cisnero. I just thought they'd go in that direction. He kind of just reminds me of Soto for whatever reason.
no,
I
no,
don't
no more
know.
Soto.
They're both inconsistent.
No more
I think.
Soto. I can't handle it. I just want a closer that goes in there, shuts the door, and leaves me happy. That's all I want. I don't want a guy that goes in there throwing the
Cisnero got
baseballs.
hurt last year, didn't he?
Who didn't? But yes.
Yeah, because he's pretty inconsistent, isn't he? I don't remember. I just
He
don't.
had good games and good stretches, and then sometimes he'd throw a dud in there. But I felt like a lot of our guys that did that last year, like we went through like 10 game stretches where they're great, and then they'll have one game where they're bad. But it's usually when we're losing like 8-1, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the joys! Can't wait. And then, but as a whole, we lost Joe Jimenez, who finally turned it on. Uh, Michael Fulmer in the season last year. Gregory Soto, who I don't really care. Wish him the best. Don't not gonna miss him. And then Funkhauser. Not Funkhauser. We did lose Funkhauser, didn't we?
Isn't it kind of funny that we hate so much on Soto, but he was our one like all-star player?
Was he though?
I mean, he made the all-star roster.
I know he did. I don't know how.
And
Like I would have.
statistically, he wasn't that bad, which is the funny thing. It's just
I
the fact
know.
that he had a habit of getting the bases loaded and then getting out of it. And it's like, why do I have to sweat out every game?
Every game, it was terrible.
Like his statistics were the luckiest thing ever
Yeah,
for what
I
like the scenarios he put us in.
no, I completely agree. It was like, oh, dude, it's like nightmares. Nightmares. Like you'd be like, oh, we're winning. Finally, lost because that's just what happened. Or if we didn't lose, the bases would be loaded with one out, and you're like, oh my god, here we go.
Ground ball, double play.
Oh, play,
Oh.
get some out of the jam. You're like, oh my gosh, why does he do this to me? But the bullpen for sure is something that I don't know all the pieces who are going to be in there. That's for Hinch,
Foley's pretty solid if I remember rightly. Right? Yeah, rightly. Right.
Foley. Yeah, I almost forgot about him. He's with us still, right?
Yeah, he's still on here.
Yeah, yeah. So we got some guys that have familiar faces with us. Obviously, guys like Garrett Hill, Bo Brisky, and Joey Wentz even. And he might be a fifth day starter as well. It might not be Tyler Alexander. Tyler Alexander might be in the bullpen, which I think would be fine. Uh, we,
Yeah, I'd like Alexander being in the bullpen, to be
I,
honest.
I will say the only good thing about what that came out of last year was that I don't like to see injuries, but I think you had so many guys pitching meaningful innings last year that it kind of gave you a lot of tools to hopefully work with this year and mix and match out of the bullpen, mix and match out of the starting rotation, whatever works. Because I think they're going to put us in the best situations to potentially win. And hopefully they combine something, they get the bullpen right, they get the starting rotation right. Hopefully the guys that come along do well, and we can have a decent season. For sure.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say, I want to take this statement back. I know I kind of quickly dabbled with the idea of Jose Sonero as a
Closer.
closer just because he reminds me of Soto. But honestly, I like him as a eighth inning guy because like that just seems
Yeah, he's a
that's a
setup guy.
Jimenez role,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I feel comfortable having like a somewhat inconsistent guy at eight, but like still solid, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
'Cause
He
at least you
reminds me.
still have that cushion.
You know who Cisnero reminds me a lot of is Joaquin Benoit.
I don't even know who that
You,
is.
you don't remember Joaquin Benoit back from like 2012 and 13?
Is that the dude who wore the glasses?
That was Valverde. That was
No,
that was
I
another fun.
loved Valverde. I loved that guy so much, but no, I don't remember him. What? I don't even want to try butchering his name.
Water under the bridge.